everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another episode of my Fix Me Thomas TV renovation series, and this home today comes from Snow White 01 on the gallery, and they submit this home called Shabby Shack. I nearly messed that up. And this is a 2-bedroom 1-bathroom home, and it also has like a back garden area as well, which we'll go ahead and renovate. So let's go ahead and get started with the renovation. So here we are on the renovation portion of the video, and like I said at the beginning, this is for my kind of subscriber renovation series. So you go ahead on the gallery, submit kind of your rundown lots which need fixing up, and you just use the hashtag FixMeThomasTV, and the only rule to use is just no CC. You can do whatever you want, there's no price limit, no kind of lot size limit, anything like that, just no CC. You can do residential lots as well, or community lots, it's really up to you. And yeah, so this one here, I kind of changed the colour scheme up a little bit, so it's more of kind of like an autumnal theme. It's not in autumn, but it's just kind of like the brown colours I used. I don't really know why, to be honest. I think the reason I chose that was because the roof trim was kind of brown and kind of like a darker roof colour as well, and I think that kind of just inspired the kind of colour theme for the home, so that's what we went with. And there was actually a back door going into the backyard area, but I did actually take that out and just put a pathway and a gate going around to the back. I do that a lot actually in smaller homes, and well, actually, to be honest, I don't really go for like, you know, putting garden areas in smaller builds like this on like 30 by 20 lots, just really because sometimes it feels a little bit cramped, and also sometimes when I'm building on these sort of homes, they are likely to be a starter home, because I don't really build on 30 by 20s that often, apart from like small cottages and you know, starter homes and stuff. But today we decided to do one, and like I said, there just wasn't that much room, so I just did a little pathway there, which, you know, I think still fine. I would now just do a little bit of landscaping. As you can see, if you want to learn more about landscaping, I'm putting up a kind of landscaping tutorial, which should be up by the time you see this video. I am recording this on the 17th, which is a few days before it goes up. I am actually, well, the day you see this, I'm actually going on a vacation just up to Scotland though, so it's not too far, just for a week, and I'm kind of just pre-recording for that, so I'm just trying to get ahead on my schedule a little bit, but first I've got to get this week's videos done before I pre-record for next week, otherwise, you know, there'll be no videos this week, and just pre-recorded ones next week. So yeah, this one's done a little bit early, and this took me about 45 minutes to do, which actually is quite a long time, for a 30 by 20 house like this, like one floor, one bedroom. It's actually, it's funny because it even has less bedrooms than I did on the unrenovated version. It would take me about like 25 to 30 minutes, which is no time at all. I don't know why it is, but these renovation videos that I do every Saturday, they just take so long to do. Like sometimes it's just like, I'm like, I cannot be bothered to do this today. I'm not in that sort of mood today, but I don't know why it is, but they just take so long to do. It's ridiculous. So I don't really know why, to be honest though, because they're literally smaller than, like, you know, well, some of them are smaller than my normal home, so I don't really know why, but yeah. Anyways, so we're just working on this garden area here, as you can see. We've got a little pool in there as well. Just put a few decorations and little water fountains around it just to make it look a little bit more, you know, nicer, I suppose. I've also noticed that recently I've been saying like a lot. I was not going to say it again. Well, there I go. I don't know why, but I keep saying that all the time. Like, just when I'm kind of like thinking of the next thing to say, I always say that, and it's weird because in the last couple of videos that I did, I don't really know if they're up yet, so I'm not going to really, actually they are up yet, the Rainbow Emotions challenge I did, and also that landscaping tutorial like I just mentioned. I want to make those videos a little bit more edited, and especially the landscaping tutorial, because I wanted to make it as like clear as possible, so when I'm like, you know, just saying and stuff like that, I cut that out, and honestly the editing time was ridiculous of how many times I say that word. It's funny because when I used to start doing YouTube like a long time ago, like, well, I had a channel before this as well, so maybe, you know, about 5 years ago, I used to say that all the time, and even when I started this channel as well, if you go back and watch some of my older videos, I used to say it all the time, and there was kind of a period where I stopped doing it, and I just didn't really pay attention to it, but I've noticed like recently that I've started to do it a lot more. I don't really know why, but it's really frustrating. Honestly, when I'm doing a speed build video like this, I don't normally edit the voiceover, so I don't really pay attention to it as much, but when I'm doing edited voiceover videos, like for tutorials and things like that, I do notice it a lot. But anyway, we're onto the interior now. As you can see, this is the living room area, and it's also kind of just one big like open plan sort of area from the front door towards this room. and there isn't any windows in it, which I don't really know what you think about, but I didn't even think about it, to be honest, when I was doing it until like I came to the end of the build. I was like, oh, there's no windows in here, which, you know, it's still well lit and everything. Well, your Sims don't get claustrophobic. It's just like thinking about that in terms of real life. So yeah, it's alright for the Sims, but in terms of realism, I don't really know. But there is like the front door windows. It's like there's little windows in the front door. So I suppose it's not completely like no natural light. So this is just a tiny little living room area here. And you can see in a minute, I'll talk, well, right now actually, this area here, which is kind of just blank, I had no idea what to do with it. I kind of just circled around my camera. I was going back and forwards, like, what on earth am I going to do with this place? In that little area, I just had no idea what to put there, because I was going to put like a dining table, but then it was like, well, the kitchen area is pretty large anyway, so I didn't really think I needed it. Now looking back, I could have maybe put the dining table there, because we'll just have a bar stools in the kitchen. But I did actually just go ahead and decide to put one of those, what's it, like the card game tables or whatever from Get Together. I don't even know which one it is, but I actually put one of those in quite a lot of my builds. Well, one, it's a good activity for something to do for your Sims if you download the house, but also it's a good kind of space taker, space filler. So that's what I tend to use when I don't really know what to do with the particular area. So I was going to do a little seating area here, but it just looked weird having like a random chair in the middle of the room. So that's the table I was just talking about, and that's what we put there. And now we're going on to the kitchen. As you can see, we're going for a darker colour scheme as well. I have been doing a lot more darker colour schemes recently, and I don't really know if you find that annoying or not. I don't really know. It's just kind of like something I like doing, so I just tend to go for it without even thinking about it, to be honest. What used to happen is that I would use a lot of neutral colour schemes, creamier colours, brighter colours and things like that in my builds, and I used to do that for a long time, and then I kind of thought, well, you know what, I'm doing this way too much, I need to switch it up, so then I started using dark colours like this. And now the same thing is happening where I'm using this too much, and I should maybe start using some other colours as well, but you know what, it's alright, it's not really like a big problem, it's just, you know, something you may notice a lot. And yeah, so the kitchen area, like I said, is pretty big for this size home. I think it looked, you know, turned out really nice. We've got a nice big bar stool area. Also, another thing as well is that this video, in terms of the speed build portion of it, isn't edited that much. I kind of left in most of the footage, apart from when I was going around at the start and kind of deleting all of the, you know, kind of rundown clutter and stuff like that. And actually, this person, Snow White 01 in the gallery, she did a fantastic job of making this build look bad, if that makes sense. All the kind of rundown clutter and everything looked amazing. And well, that doesn't, it doesn't look amazing, if you know what I mean, but like it did, because it was like just so well thought of. All the little details and stuff, make it like adding to that rundown feel was amazing. So yeah, really, it's kind of good in a way because it makes it look good for that portion of the video, but also it's kind of irritating because then I have to go back and delete it all. But yeah, so this room here was actually the second bedroom in the original house, and it was also kind of like it had a garage door in it, but I took it off and just kind of converted it into a normal room, and I did actually just change this into an office room. So it just turned into a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom home. I mean, you could easily kind of take this out and actually make it into a 2nd bedroom if you want to download it for yourself. I don't know if I mentioned that, but the renovated version will be up on the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and because in the living room behind like the main sofa, like facing the fire, there is actually a console table. So what you could do is maybe replace that console table for this desk in this room, and then just change this into a secondary bedroom if that's something you want to do. So here we are working on the last room of the home, which is the bathroom. Pretty simple, and I don't normally include the footage for the bathrooms, but I thought, you know what, let's just put it in today because I tend not to do it a lot because it's just such a boring type of room. And that actually wasn't the last bedroom. We've still got this bedroom to do, which I totally forgot. Did I just call the bathroom a bedroom? I think I did. Anyway, this is the last room. Got mixed up there. And I did go for a purpley theme. I don't know why, but it's just a nice colour that I've been using a lot. It's something a little bit different, and we do have a lot of nice coloured, purple coloured swatches with seasons items. So I've been using that quite a lot recently. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this voiceover up here. I really hope you enjoyed. In the comments section down below, let me know about what you thought of this renovation. And if you want to go ahead and submit a lot for me to renovate next Saturday, then feel free to go ahead and do that on the gallery using the hashtag FixMeThomasTV, and remember, the only rule to use or to take note of is no CC. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!